Howdy y'all, it's Airgun Sunday. Today we're going to be making a dope sheet. Now I just recently rebuilt my rifle and changed the velocity on it, and now I need to make a new dope sheet. And I'm going to go how I make a dope sheet. First thing I done was off the bench here at 30 yards, I sighted it in, got my zero at 30 yards, ran it across the crony so I could get those numbers there, and then I'm going to type that into my chair gun and use that as references for holdovers. Now, running at the velocities I'm running and sighted in at 30, anything shorter than 30 and up to 55 yards, or basically everything after 30 is going to be a holdover. There's not going to be any hold under. Some people sight in to where the pellet crosses the line of sight twice, and I find that hard to do because then you got to remember, am I holding over or holding under? So I set it at 30 and everything is hold over after that. So we got those numbers done. Next thing I'm going to do, we got it sighted in at 30. I'm going to confirm it at 30, and I'm going to confirm it sitting on a stool using a pie pot, sticks. I will be using a laser edge finder. Yeah, thinking machinist stuff. Range finder to get my distances. And what I'll do is I'll do the 30 yards to confirm that this was correct. Then I'm going to move to 10 yards, and I'm going to make sure my wheels is focusing right, and use my chair gun to give me an of what I should have. Once I get sighted in to where I think it is, I'll write it down on my notepad. This is the target I will be using. It's a target I made up, and you see the 10 yards is a pretty small target versus the 55, and I shoot at each 5-yard increments. So let's get set up and start doing some shooting. Okay, so this is my 30-yard off the bench sight in. And I knew it was set at 50 yards, and sure enough it was hitting right up here, and I kept dialing it around down. So I was kind of confident it was right there. And then I moved over here to where the 9 is and shot at that. That's a 5-shot group right there. So that's maybe 3/4 of an inch, something like that, at 30 yards. It's not too bad with the wind we've got today. All right, we are set up at 30 yards, and I have been working my wheel here, confirming that my wheel focuses in at 30 yards. Now I've got a piece of tape on here, and I'm hand mark them 30 yards, and every time I adjust it, for different yards I mark that down. I don't trust the marks on factory wheels, plus I got an extension on mine anyway, so let's shoot at 30 yards. Probably about 7 o'clock. almost the same spot. That's just me. I'm wiggling. All right, we're going to move down to 10 yards and set up. Okay, so I'm set up now at 10 yards. According to Airgun, I should be holding 3.9 mil dots over. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's why we're confirming this in the field. All right, 10 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shot way low, which I think I'm counting wrong. I think I'm counting the slashes as a dot instead of a half a dot. So, yep. So we're going to go to 4 full dots. There it was. Just about 11 o'clock. So it's about 3.5. I'm going to take one more. Yep, 3.5 is what it actually is. So I'm going to mark that down. 3.5. Now we're going to move to 15. Okay. I'm going to do one more here at 15, and then I'm not going to bore y'all with the rest of them. And then when I get them all done, I'll bring in the target and we'll discuss it. Airgun says 1.4. Right at 6 o'clock. I'll do 3 shots per target. They're all inside the circle. All right. We'll be back in a little bit. All right, we're out at 55 now. I just wanted to show y'all. They say I'm sitting on this little short stool in field target. Hunter field target, you can sit on a stool, can't have a back on it or anything like that. You can use a cushion flat on the ground if you want. Things like that. 5-gallon bucket, whatever you got. Adjust your sticks so that you can do like this to get a little more elevation, or back down a little bit if you need to go down some. I'm about in the middle right here. All right. Hopefully we got 3 more shots on this. I am down to about 2,000 PSI, I think. I think the regulator is about 1,700. All right, we should be 1.5 mil up. Just about right. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but somebody's banging away over there. Ooh, I shot high. Looks like the same hole as the first shot, but I can't tell. I'm gonna do one more. Now, if you noticed, I got, I don't remember if I said this a while ago or not, but I got both elbows on my knees. Give me good solid rest, but I still shake. All right, same height, just outside the circle. The heights are good. Let's go get the target and do a little analyzing. All right, here we go. At 10 yards, it told me cherry gun told me 3.9 mil dots. I was holding at 3.5, and there's 1, 2, 3. That was my first shot. Verifying that the slashes on mine scope is a 0.5 mil dot. I should have known that anyway, but anyway. So we moved out to 15, and 15 was supposed to be 1.4. I'm doing 1.5. Now I'm just doing halves, maybe quarters. I'm not trying to do what cherry gun is saying because I can't hold it to the numbers they're saying. So it's easier for me to remember halves or quarters. So at 15 yards, it said 1.4. I was holding 1.5, and I've got 3 shots right there inside that circle. At 20, it said 0.42. I was holding a 0.5 mil dot. The first shot was a little low, and then the next 3 were right there. All right, then we moved to 25, and it said I was supposed to be 0.05. Well, 0.05 was putting me down here. So I moved up to a 0.5 mil dot, and I've got 2 right dead center. And then here was the 30s from the initial start off doing this to confirm my 30 from the bench, and it's pretty close. That could be me. May do a little adjustment. Sometimes, you're holding it in the bench, up on the bench on bags versus holding it with sticks. You can wiggle a little bit and pull it down. So it's pretty close. All right, see, 35 yards. We were supposed to be holding 1.4. I ended up at a 0.5. I got 1, 2, 3. All right, 40 yards. Said 0.4. I was holding at 3/4 of a mil dot. I basically had my slash right here and my full mil dot right there. 1, 2, 3. 45 yards. I was holding exactly 1 mil dot. There's 3 shots right there. Right, 50 yards. It said 1.2, and that was pretty close. I was holding 1 mil dot about right there, and it was shooting a little low, so maybe 1.5, closer to 1.5 would get me a little higher. You can see the wind, and between me and the wind, it was pushing me around, but I've got 4 inside of the hole. All right, then we went to 55, and it said it was supposed to be 1.68. I was holding 1.5 dead center, pulled 1, and then I hit 2 right here, which telling me the height is about right. So 1.6 to 1.75 mil dot are to be just about right. So we'll make a little bit of adjustments on this, do a little bit more practicing, and see how it comes out. But this is how I do a dope sheet. Another thing I just learned too is I started with a full tank on my gun. So we got 4 shots there. 3, 3, 5, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there. So we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 27 plus 4, so that would be 34 shots. 34 shots on a field, something like that. I can probably get a couple more out of it. I'm getting close down to the reg now. So, but that's how I make a dope sheet. And thanks for watching.